welcome to Irate Gate. I've actually lost track of how many times I've tried to do this reading now, so it could be 5th or 6th, I have no idea anymore. Strangest, but it keeps coming down to the same thing. Taking inventory and stock of where you are. So yesterday, if you haven't seen yesterday's reading, you can go to the playlist, and it was about when there's chaos, kind of go with the chaos and see where it takes you, just not fighting it. And then when there's calm, go with the calm, but kind of utilising it and appreciating it, taking that time to do it. It wasn't about getting to the middle, it wasn't about pulling yourself from here to there, and not about pulling yourself from there to here. So today the energy becomes more clearer, in the sense of it's like taking an inventory, an inner stock take of, I have strength, I have patience, I might need more patience to deal with what's coming up. I might need more, I need to be slightly more assertive in this situation. I need to be slightly more diligent to focus on what I need to do. Things like that are coming up. So although you are aware of what you have, or you're becoming more aware of what you have and what you don't have, it's going to give you an insight of where you need to strengthen, where you need to bring it in even stronger, more precise, more clearer. Very, very powerful energy, very powerful direction. Right, so the wealth is within you, the wealth is in front of you, the wealth is around you. It's up to you to find it, it's up to you to identify it, it's up to you to be receptive to receiving it. The wealth isn't going to come in the most obvious ways. So what was coming up earlier and what seems to be coming up again is your sensory contact, your sensory stimulation, your sensory strength is going to be it's going to be activated in a new way. It's going to be replenished, rejuvenated. It's going to be sharpened. It's going to be revitalized, and also you're going to find multi-purpose, advantages to your senses. I don't know your own journey, but some people who've been on this track, shall we say, for quite a while, do experience certain influx of energies, and then they say their senses are heightened. So your vision may start changing, or your senses overall. You may be able to smell certain things, or your senses are activated by certain memories, or memories are activating certain memories. There's going to be a lot of back and forth. So for example, you're somebody may be more kinesthetic, or there's something that you touch, or there's a certain thing that you touch that just makes you feel anxious or feel uncomfortable, whereas equally there may be something that you touch and it soothes you and it makes you feel good. Like some people, like the senses are sensory stimulation of cold, whereas more and more drawn to the sensory stimulation of warmth, and don't like the cold so much, or it may be that rough or rubber, or do you know what I mean? So there's different things that you've got to find that can be also activated through your environment. So your inner wealth, your inner inventory is important also, as well as your external, your sensory triggers, your sensory connection with yourself. So there may be olfactory things. So the one thing I was mentioning in a reading I've just not been able to finish was about there's a certain perfume I have, and well, there's two, but there's certain perfumes I use when I feel writer's block, or if I feel drawn to have that certain perfume on, I automatically feel uplifted. I automatically feel like I'm motivated and inspired to write. I'm inspired to be creative. I'm inspired to just do whatever it is I'm struggling to do initially. So through that, where do you get your stimulation? Where do you get your inspiration? Where do you get those moments of feeling down? Some people, just as an example, to get you kind of aware of how this can help you, like some people, myself included, have different salts in their bath, or they have different shower gels, or they have different soaps, because then it's like if you use a citrus one, it's activating a certain energy, and if you have a ginseng one, you're activating a different kind of energy. A mint one is activating a different kind of energy. Where are your strengths in your environment? How do you utilize them? When do you utilize them? Do you do it in a way that's only when you get to a certain point of I need to have this, or is it that you just do that as a general thing for you to be nurtured all the time in your environment? So inner inventory and external inventory, your inner connection with yourself and your external connection to self. Where is your environment supporting you? How is your environment supporting you? How are you making sure that your environment externally is supporting you? There you go, 5 of Cups. The emotions are... Now, I'm going to go to this part here. Some emotions have been spilt. Some pain has been extrapolated. Some pain has been... So what I'm seeing from here, there's liquid. It may be something. We're not going to... It's a liquid. It's something that's been spilt. We don't always know how much effort has been taken, how much attention has been put into getting that liquid into there. So even the tiniest drop being spilt, the emotions that we invest into something, that being spilt, that being invested in the wrong person, in the wrong project, in the wrong direction, it can be painful. It can be disheartening. It can be unpleasurable, shall we say. This is where the mastery is going to be coming in, of knowing that, you know what, there's sometimes... I've just put a post up on Instagram actually about this, on Deep Peace Body. That's a different Instagram for a different thing. Deep Peace Body, about being misguided, misled and misunderstood. They're the missteps that we take. We can get back to where we're supposed to be, and one way of doing that is inner inventory, and the other way of doing it is external inventory, making sure we have our nurturing foods around us, making sure that we're keeping our routine in a way that supports ourselves. Right, we're going to get another female energy, feminine energy, the Tower. I don't know what to say quite right now, because there's so much coming through, and there's so much that's... it's as if there's a truth that has to be understood, there's a truth that has to be acknowledged, but the self, the inner self, is too scared, it's not willing, it's not able to go there just yet. The thing is, it's going to have to happen soon, or it'll happen for you. So I'm going to get a masculine card, because this is a really intense energy, so I don't want to push you in this too much, because it really is quite something. Something has to come down emotionally. The protection you put around yourself emotionally, the ignoring of something, the denial of something, is going to have to be pulled down. It's going to come down, and when it comes down, you're going to be able to go along with a different perspective, a different value of things. You're going to value your what seems like just a mediocre thing, like, yes, well, today I want a lemon shower gel, I want to use these spices in the cooking. It may seem small, it may seem mediocre, but what is the comfort you get from those things? What is the relaxation you get from those things? What is the rejuvenation, like that sigh of relief of like, oh my gosh, that's all I needed. I just needed to have like a bath in this particular kind of aroma. I needed to have this particular lunch today. I needed a warm lunch. I needed this kind of soup today. those, don't underestimate the power of that nurturing of self. Really, really let it come in, because that's when that comes down, that tower, those are the things that are going to be nurturing you from within. Out and out. Within is in, out, out, in. Internal inventory, external inventory, your environment supporting you, you knowing that you're aware of yourself enough to make sure your environment holds you appropriately. And there you go, making sure that then you've got new actions coming in, you've got new values coming in, new actions coming in, and the ability to do it when you see that, yes, there have been times where you've spilt emotions, you may have spilt investment in the incorrect place, in the incorrect person, in the incorrect way, not in yourself in some way, but it's okay, because you are now, this whole summing up of this basically is your inventory of your inner self and your inventory of your external environment. They need to come into harmony to make sure you're supported from understand that these things don't have to keep repeating. You invested incorrectly the first time, learn from the mistakes. Doesn't mean you won't invest in something. It means you may need to understand that you need to support something. Therefore, it could be time management. This, you want to do a certain topic, or you want to do a certain project, you want to do a certain thing, but you didn't give yourself enough appropriate rest time. So then maybe just doing, instead of doing 5 hours on this thing a week, you may need to be doing 3 hours a week, and then build it up, or then find the pockets. This needs to come to an end, then that can start, and then finding the pockets of time appropriate to rest. Inner inventory, do you have the capacity to do it? Yes, your passion might be there, but do you need a bit more patience with that passion to make sure that you're not burning it out, you're not burning the candles at both ends, you're not diminishing your inner power? You need to be supporting yourself so that you can have certain things that you're not benefiting from come down. Don't invest in the same way. Even if you're investing in the same thing, something has to shift and change. Then you'll have a new set of values coming in, then you'll have a new way of approaching those things coming in, and then you can kind of shift it a bit, mould it a bit. For example, like a recipe, you have a recipe, it doesn't quite turn out, it's there, but you needed a bit more salt. So next time when you make it, you're right, I'm going to have a bit more salt, and then that kicks off the chili, and then the chili kicks off this, and then that kicks off that, and it's like, right, now I found that harmony. And then knowing that next time, again, I always put a little less salt in. This time I've always got to put a little bit more in. And then next time you're hitting it on the spot, and then you're hitting it on the spot, then you're going, and actually achieving what you want to achieve. Is the tweaks to get what you need to get. Don't let the misguided, the misjudged, the misunderstood, all of that mistake, this, miss that. Tweak it so you don't miss this time. And with that, peace and love.